talk about merchandise and buying merchandise, purchasing merchandise, and things like that for the people that don't know and the people that really want to be able to make something happen. And if you could really make something happen, we're going to tell y'all exactly what not to do and things that you should do. We're going to first start off with things that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't start a merchandise or a brand. You shouldn't start it by seeing somebody else do it. Don't start it because you see your friend doing it. Don't start it because you think that your idea is the best idea and that you know your stuff is going to sell because everybody's going to like your idea. That's not the way it works. And I'm here to tell you, click subscribe if you like this. If you want to follow this, hey, leave a comment and definitely please share this. If you think that you're going to create an idea and your idea is going to be better than anything in the world and that you're just going to be able to sell it because people are going to say, oh, that's Michael's and everybody's going to buy Michael's stuff. No, that's not how it's going to happen. There's so much work that's involved. There are pieces to the puzzle that you have to put together. In order to put this puzzle together, it takes education on what you're doing. Don't waste your time. That's one of the things that I want to tell everybody. Don't waste your time. It has to be in your heart. It has to be your passion. It has to be something you do all day, every single day. You have to be thinking, eating. I mean, everything you do has to be driven towards your merchandise, your brand. So don't get it twisted. Don't think if you see someone out there and they sold maybe 100 shirts, don't get it twisted. 100 shirts is nothing. That is nothing. Try selling 100,000 shirts. When you sell 100,000 shirts, then that's when you're really doing something. But selling 100 shirts, that's nothing. Even selling 1,000 shirts is not really a whole lot, but that's good for somebody that's doing it without any money. That's great. I mean, that's fantastic. But in the real world, that's not going to get you to where you need to be at. That's not going to get you there. What's going to really get you there is you putting your energy, putting your focus directly into your brand. I remember when I first started my brand, and most people ask me over and over and over, what does it mean? And I could sit there and tell them what it means. And they would still ask me over and over. And it would always kind of make me feel as if when they go and buy Nike, they're not calling up Nike and asking them what does Nike mean. It's just a brand that everybody wear. Nobody even knows what that means. Nobody even really, I mean, it's just a swoosh. It's not even that fantastic. But it's popular because they put it on a popular athlete. So that's one of the things. If you have merchandise or brand and you have a cousin or you just run into a good situation, or if you got money that you can spend, but if you're doing it and you don't have money, you have to find someone to endorse your merchandise. And they have to do a really good job, and you have to promote that thing to the fullest. You have to really, like when I started, what I did is every social media page that I have, on every page, on every group page that I joined, you would see the vague ringtone. I remember going to a domino game and the dude said, well, hell, Mike, every time I turn my Facebook on, I see your ass. And that's exactly what I wanted. It's like a commercial. It plays over and over and over. Most people think that they can drop one post and say, yeah, everybody's going to see my post and my stuff is hot and everybody's, yeah. No, nobody's going to see it. Not only that, Facebook doesn't even really allow people to, when you're promoting something, the algorithm is not going to work as well as if you had a birthday. So think about that. But I want y'all to understand, in this game of selling your merchandise, you have to really be strategic in how you move. You got to calculate all your moves and you got to put all this stuff down, and then You got to roll the dice. One of the things that I did was I built up uh, with sweatsuits and T-shirts. I stocked up on the inventory. I got a bunch of inventory before I tried to sell anything. Even though I was posting it, I hadn't sold anything. And the very first thing that I did, outside of selling one and two T-shirts here and there, but one of the first things that I did was I did a pop-up inside of my homeboy's house. And I went live and I told people to come through, and everybody came through at different times, and they was all excited to come and get the vague ringtone. They was so, I mean, everybody was like, yeah. And I remember one girl, I apologize to you, Crystal, but one of the girls came and she brought her daughter, and the ladies that was working there was smoking cigarettes, and she was kind of feeling kind of some kind of way about the cigarette smoke. But yeah, that's definitely a great apology for you. But I definitely want everybody to understand that in this game of merchandise, when I did the pop-up was popping. I took the pop-up and moved it around. I started doing shows on other people's podcasts where I was talking about my merchandise. I would go to the clubs. I would set up in the clubs. I would have all of my stuff in the merchandise, all of my merchandise in the club. Even the clubs that didn't even have 10 people to come through the door. I sat in there. I stayed in there. And eventually, selling one item is bigger than not selling anything. Well, I went to the clubs. I set my table up. I sold my merchandise. I started going to the music conferences, setting my table up, bringing merchandise. And that's the thing about having inventory. If you don't have any inventory, then you're not able to do these things. I remember one time I didn't have inventory, so what I did was I had my iPad. And with my iPad, I had everybody purchase on the iPad, and then their name would show up and their address, and I would order the merchandise, and then I would send it to them. And I did that for maybe like $300 and something, which is really nothing. But I didn't have any merchandise to sell. I was only selling the image. In this business, what it takes to really get ahead, who can you depend on? Most companies that grow and become Fortune 500 companies, most of those companies, they get funding from somewhere. That funding comes from the city, resources, and there's several ways to get it. You just have to know the right people. And when you know the right people, it would happen. Of course, I haven't met the right people yet, or the right people haven't handed it to me yet, or haven't introduced me to it yet. Of course, that hasn't happened, but I'm still striving and I'm pushing extremely hard, and I've been doing great numbers for the past 2 years. It's a 6-year journey, still going hard, but things in this merchandise game, you have to really use every tool that you have to make this thing work. It's just not putting on a shirt or selling a shirt. And then most people that have merchandise, I don't even see you wearing your merchandise. If you see me, I'm having on my merchandise. Everywhere I went, I was wearing Vague ringtone. Vague, always keep a piece of Vegas with you everywhere I went. I am rocking the Vague. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And here's one of the things that I did that was pretty clever that really helped my merchandise, my brand, and helped me sell my merchandise. I got 2 ladies that were light-skinned, that was active, to come out and wear my clothes, and I would give them the clothes. They also helped me. They went out and spent their money and bought like $80 worth of T-shirts. I pressed the T-shirts up. We went out and sold the T-shirts. We went and got business cards done. They came out. When people see you doing something, the help will come. If you're serious about what you're doing and you really have the heart and have to really do it, that energy around you, that it may not be the help that you need to get rich, but the help will keep you stable and keep you moving and give you, some kind of eye opener that it can be done and that you're not in this alone. But one of the things that another thing is paying for advertisement. Whether you're doing it on TV, whether you're doing it on radio, you're paying for advertisement. But if you don't have the money to pay for advertisement, then you have to just promote, promote, promote. You have to be on every social media platform it is, and then you have to find the right audience. If you want to know more, click subscribe, hit like, and in the comment box, contact me through the comment box, and I would give you my phone number. You can give me a call, and then I'll give you the rest of it, to everything that you could do to be able to make $10,000 a month in T-shirt sales. Not sweatsuits, just T-shirt sales. T-shirt sales, and also with selling sweatsuits and hoodies, hats. That's even extra. But to make $10,000 in 1 month off of selling nothing but T-shirts, check in with your guy, The Vague. It's been done by several people. There's no way that you can't do it if it's something you want to do. And then again, remember, don't jump into this business because your friend is into it. Don't jump into it because somebody told you to jump into it. Get into it because that's where your heart and your passion is, and this is what you want to do, and you believe in it. Whatever you believe in, it will come. All you have to do is just stay hard on it and non-quitting. I stocked up on videos and commercials, and then I started dropping the videos and the commercials, radio ads, in order to get your brand recognized. Today I talked to a guy on the phone, and I was trying to explain to him how to spell the website. And then when he said, "Oh, it's ringtone," he said, "Oh, I already heard it, but I heard of this before." So the Vague ringtone is popular, and the Vague ringtone is something that you want. If you look at the top of the screen, you could download the Vague, put it on your ringtone if you have an iPhone. That's a symbol of unity and peace. Every person that has that, you know that that's your immediate family, and they got love, and you don't have to worry about these people doing anything to you because everybody on the same page and the same wavelength. That's what the Vague is all about. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Catch me again on one of my relationship shows, reality shows, sports shows. Catch me on one of my shows. All you have to do is tune in. Don't forget to click subscribe. Peace, and we out. Always, always wear your merchandise.